Star valued at £44 million wants to join Liverpool next year, rejecting interest from European giants. Liverpool plans to accept a new offer for Harvey Elliott after his contract termination with Aston Villa. Liverpool in the race to sign Dortmund star for a fee lower than initially expected. Hello, Reds fans! Let's check out the latest updates from the greatest club in the world. Marc Guehi has been one of the most talked about names in the transfer market and has regained momentum in recent weeks as a possible signing for Liverpool. The defender came very close to joining the Reds on the final day of the transfer window. At the time, everything was already in place. Agreements reached, medical tests completed, and only the signature left. However, Crystal Palace pulled out at the last minute after failing to secure a suitable replacement. The decision frustrated Liverpool's plans as the club was counting on Guehi to strengthen a defensive sector that has been problematic this season. Liverpool's defensive crisis worsened after Giovanni Leone's injury, which is expected to keep him out for an indefinite period. The situation became even more complicated because Joe Gomez, despite his importance, cannot guarantee consistent fitness. As a result, Arne Slot has had to rely almost exclusively on Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk, who, despite their quality, are not at their best. To make matters worse, Konate's contract expires at the end of the season, and renewal talks have stalled. Van Dijk, for his part, has been inconsistent and has cost Liverpool valuable points in the Premier League. Amid this scenario, a report from Football Insider brought new optimism. According to the outlet, despite interest from Real Madrid, Marc Guehi has expressed his desire to join Liverpool next year. The defender has already informed Crystal Palace that he will leave when his contract expires in June. For Liverpool, signing Guehi represents a rare opportunity, securing one of the best center-backs in the Premier League without paying a transfer fee. After years of losing transfer battles to Real Madrid, seeing Guehi choose the Reds brings huge relief and renewed confidence to the club and its supporters. Liverpool has been working hard behind the scenes and has built a strong relationship with Guehi's representatives since last summer. This connection could be crucial for a positive outcome. Valued at £44 million by Transfermarkt, Guehi would arrive for free and become the ideal medium-term successor to Van Dijk, combining youth, physical strength, consistency, and Premier League experience. Guehi continues to shine for Crystal Palace and is regarded as one of the league's top defenders, attracting interest from several elite clubs. Liverpool sees his signing as very accessible, as personal terms are not expected to pose any difficulty. With each passing day, Guehi appears closer to Anfield and is viewed as the perfect defender to strengthen the team's most fragile sector and usher in a new era of defensive stability for the Reds. Liverpool is seriously considering selling Harvey Elliott if the right offer arrives, and an early return to Anfield is looking increasingly likely. The midfielder, currently on loan at Aston Villa, has not met expectations at the Birmingham club, causing surprise and concern both inside and outside Villa Park. Stefan Borsen, former financial advisor to Manchester City, told Football Insider that he finds Aston Villa's decision to barely use Elliott surprising. Signed to add depth to Unai Emery's attack, the 22-year-old has instead been pushed aside by the manager, who reportedly considers him unprepared for a significant role. So far, Elliott has started only one Premier League match for Villa, far below what was expected when the loan deal was agreed. Because of this, sources close to Liverpool have confirmed to Football Insider that the club is already planning to recall the player. As mentioned on the Inside Track podcast, his stay at Villa is unlikely to continue until the end of the season. The lack of playing time and Emery's lack of confidence have led Liverpool to reconsider the terms of the loan. Premier League legend Matt Le Tissier also commented, suggesting that Emery may not have been impressed by Elliott's performances in training, contributing to his exclusion from the starting lineup. The Inside Track podcast reinforced that this loan has not benefited anyone. Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Elliott himself all expected far more development and minutes on the pitch. The possibility of Elliott's return in January grows stronger, especially as Aston Villa reevaluates the idea of turning the loan into a permanent move. If Emery does not intend to use the midfielder long-term, Liverpool will likely bring him back early to find a better destination, whether another loan or a permanent sale. Within this context, Dominik Szoboszlai's situation may directly influence Elliott's future at Liverpool. The Hungarian is a key figure in Arne Slot's midfield, but is attracting strong interest from Real Madrid. Sources linked to the club told Football Insider that the Spanish giants continue to monitor him closely. Elliott staying or leaving could depend on Szoboszlai's future. If Liverpool receives offers for their number 8, Elliott may be kept to maintain squad depth. Therefore, renewing Szoboszlai's contract is viewed as a priority to fend off Real Madrid. Elliott's underwhelming loan at Aston Villa makes his return easier, but his long-term future at Liverpool will depend on internal evaluations and the progress of talks involving Szoboszlai.
Liverpool has officially joined the race to sign Borussia Dortmund defender Nico Schlotterbeck and could secure the player for a significantly reduced price. Schlotterbeck's contract situation opens a strategic opportunity for the Reds, who urgently need to reinforce their defensive system this season. Keith Winnis, former Everton CEO, told Football Insider that Liverpool has made signing a defender their top priority for the January window. According to him, the club recognizes that its defensive weaknesses must be addressed, and Arne Slot fully agrees. In this scenario, Schlotterbeck emerged as the ideal target to strengthen the backline. Sources have revealed to Football Insider that Bayern Munich also intends to push for the player, which could complicate negotiations. Still, Liverpool remains determined, especially after confirmation on the Inside Track podcast of their concrete interest in the 25-year-old centre-back. Liverpool's defensive numbers this season highlight the urgency. The team has conceded 17 goals in 11 Premier League matches, a stark contrast to title contender Arsenal, who have conceded only 5. Defensive inconsistency has been one of Slot's biggest challenges. The positive news for Liverpool is that Schlotterbeck wants to leave Germany soon. His contract with Dortmund expires at the end of next season, and with no progress on renewal talks, the club may be forced to sell him at a reduced price. The Inside Track podcast noted that a player of his caliber could be signed for far less than usual, especially when entering the final year of his contract. Schlotterbeck's arrival could also trigger major changes in Liverpool's current backline. According to Mick Brown, Ibrahima Konate may be sold in January if a strong offer arrives, as his contract is running out and Liverpool does not want to lose him for free. The Frenchman has had a poor start to the season, increasing speculation that Slot is willing to let him go. Schlotterbeck, therefore, appears to be the ideal piece to begin the defensive rebuild, making this transfer window decisive for the club's future. As a Liverpool supporter, do you believe that signing a new centre-back like Nico Schlotterbeck should be the club's top priority next window, or should another position come first? Thanks so much for watching. See you next time!